everyone. Welcome to EDUC 512 TESOL Methods with Field Experience. I'm excited to have everyone in our class this semester, fall 2017. Good evening. I'm recording this on Sunday evening before our first official day of classes. So it is the 27th of August, and I'm excited to meet everyone via our virtual classroom. It will be a slightly larger class than anticipated. Our limit to the number of students in the class has been raised given the needs of more students and the fact that this is a required class for so many. And so I think the more the merrier. We will make it work, and I'm glad that more students are going to be afforded the ability to get this course that they need. And hopefully more than it just being a requirement, you will gain some information with regard to educational theory and pedagogy and strategy, implementation, etc. that will help you, of course, first and foremost with your second language learners in your various classrooms, but also hopefully you'll learn things that will, as a byproduct, not only be helpful for those second language learners of English, but for possibly other students as well. A lot of times, many of these strategies, techniques, theories, etc., they can also be helpful to typical students, special needs students, just anything really that attempts to get to a student where he or she is, I find to be helpful and a resource to any teacher. So hopefully you will be more prepared to help your ESL or ESOL students, but also you will gain some information that you view as helpful in your overall understanding of education. So this is a brief introduction to me and the class. I am using my iPhone to record this. Typically I would use my laptop, but it is without a hard drive at this point, so you probably can imagine how much fun that is. But the show must go on. Our class is happening, and so I'm making it work with my iPhone. So excuse me for holding up my iPhone as I'm speaking to you, but that's what's happening with me right now. You know where I'll be this week over getting my computer repaired. So about me, my name is Orianthi Jaravasilou. I'm thrilled, again, as I said, to be teaching this class for the, I don't even know how many-th time. It's always a pleasure. It is always very neat to meet the various students in the class. I find that every single semester that I teach this, I get a body of students who come from different backgrounds, different levels of experience. Perhaps someone has been in the field but is earning an additional certification. Perhaps someone has been in another field and has decided to join the field of education. We've had still other students who are newer to the field, maybe just embarking, just having graduated with a bachelor's and just embarking upon a career in education. Typically there is an eclectic group of students, and I find that makes for a very interesting class because it is as interesting as you all make it. I will certainly do what I can to give you informative modules and give you information that is interesting, and also gives you things that you think that you can use as you embark on your careers on education or continuing your career in education. So I will certainly do that, but the more we can, through our virtual discussions and such, share from our backgrounds and our experiences, things that have worked for us, things that might not have, thoughts that we are having as we are taking in the information that we're reading regarding TESOL, those kinds of things, that's really what's going to make it interesting for everyone, including me. So I learn something new every time I teach this. I really, as I said, enjoy it so much every time I teach it as well. Back to me, sorry. I have taught on both the private school and public school arenas, and I've taught high school, all grades of high school, all levels from remedial up into AP. I've taught English and ESL, and I've co-taught special education classes. And lately, as you might imagine, I've taught more so on the collegiate level. I teach educational theory, obviously, and I also teach research and writing and things of that nature, English-based classes. And I enjoy all of it. I love doing something a little bit different every semester. It kind of keeps everything fresh and informs what I'm going to do next. So that's me. Getting to the class, the syllabus is there on your Brightspace page, and I encourage you to read through that. It tells you not only what your required text is, it also tells you what is happening when things are due, how much they are worth, etc. It gives you a lot of details on that. And within your Brightspace page are also weekly modules. So you'll want to look at your syllabus for your reading, but you'll also every week want to look at your module, and it will give you additional readings or videos. It will offer you what I have as far as assignments due for that week, and things of that nature. So you want to do that every week to make sure that you're up to date. It also on your Brightspace page has a folder for major assignments. So whenever you're thinking about getting that major assignment done, not only is it detailed on the syllabus, but you can look in that folder and see if there are additional helpful hints or files that might help you complete that assignment in an easier way or a better way. But you definitely want to, there will probably be rubrics there that you can look at. So you definitely want to look at those folders, and eventually when you submit your assignment, you'll be doing it within that folder. So you want to make yourself familiar with that. And regarding assignments, we do have, as I said, our weekly modules, and within them you'll have at least one, if not more, threaded discussions that I'll ask you to post in, and I'll give you the specifics of what I'm looking for in each of them. But they are due during the week, and there's no option for makeup with those because there are so many of them that what I do instead is I drop the lowest scores, and that's detailed in the syllabus within my average for the final grade. So there's no makeups for those, but I do have a late policy for your major assignments. So those are the ones that you know about from the first day you look at the syllabus. And when they come up on a due date, if you do not hand it in within 24 hours of the due date, or if you don't hand it in by the time of the assignment being due, for the next 24 hours, if you hand it in after that, your best grade that you can earn will be a B. 48 hours after that, the best grade that you'll be able to earn will be a C. Go a day later, best grade will be a D, and then we're getting into you're just too late handing it in, and you wouldn't earn credit for the assignment. You would get an F. So hopefully that doesn't happen to anyone, but for emergencies that might come up, there is that system built in. If you just have very unfortunate circumstances, or you've had a lot going on in your life and you just messed up, you just didn't get it in on time, if you get it in by the next day, you're still going to be able to hopefully earn yourself at least a B if you do a really good job on the assignment. So it's not as if it becomes a 0 right away, and that you've lost that amount of points for such an important assignment. So that's the policy for the long-term assignments. And I think for our first video, I'm getting a little long here, so I'm gonna wrap it up, but I will tell you that I am available via email. So if you have questions that come up, I would rather you ask them than not. I don't want you struggling. I don't want you assuming and possibly making an error that would penalize you for something that if you had just asked a quick question could have been resolved fairly easily. So please do email if you have a question. I'm happy to receive it. I will check it twice a day on weekdays and once a weekend, I promise. And you can see that detailed in the syllabus as well. I think that's about it. Again, thank you so much everyone for joining our class and for the work and effort and information and giving nature you're going to have within our discussions before it even happens. I'm thanking you because I'm anticipating how wonderful it's going to be. So thank you all. I hope you had a wonderful summer. I welcome you back to Eastern and your academics, and let's have a great semester. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.